Okay, Wendy, the recording is in process.
Yep.
Today is December 6th, Wendy,
Yep.
of the 2025. Wendy, today is your birthday. Happy
It is.
birthday.
Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
Wendy's big birthday. Alabama's got a huge game later this afternoon.
Yep.
We are doing this on a Saturday morning. Thursday, Friday, me and Wendy, we were out. We had some other stuff going on. Mommy B is not feeling good. Our mother, who has left messages and been on the show, she is really not feeling good. She is feeling a little bit better.
Yep.
So we have kind of been trying to help her out over the past couple of days, Wendy. So, Mom, if you are listening, we love you. Get better.
Yep.
Take your time. And like you always told us, it takes longer to come back from a sickness than you think. Don't
Right.
overexert yourself, Mom. We love you.
We love you, Mom.
All right, Wendy, we have got to get into it because it is Championship Saturday,
Yep.
Wendy, and there is stuff going on all over the place. I don't
Yep.
really feel that great. There's people that I know that don't feel that great. We've got basketball starting today for the youth that we have. We have the SEC championship game this afternoon. Wendy, it's a complete rock and roll season.
Yeah.
Do
Well,
you
you
have
got to get
anything to say?
Christmas
How are
up.
you doing?
Listen, I'm doing good. Tired. Like you said, I've been running since Wednesday, but it's fine. Listen, I want to tell everybody from the cuff, Trey's already messing with my creativity. So just so y'all know, if this is our worst show, blame Trey. Go ahead, Trey.
What did I do wrong?
You literally said before we got on, we got to be quick. We got to be quick. And I was like, okay. Well, quick, Wendy, doesn't get fired up. So if it's not a fiery conversation, I blame you and I want the listeners to blame you, not me.
Well, yeah, all I'm saying is I got stuff to do. Like, this is
Duh.
rock and roll season. Wendy, last week, let's get into last week's game. Hey, everybody out there in the world, here we go. Last week, we're going to go through some of these games really quick. All I'm doing is firing off the scores. I'm not trying to get into a deep conversation because we got to get to the what matters, which is the Alabama Crimson Tide. Last week, so this was Thanksgiving week. Wasn't last week Thanksgiving?
I think, so. Trey, I don't know. I think
Last week was
so.
Thanksgiving. Okay, so Texas A&M finally gets beat. Texas beats
Yeah.
them fairly handily. Georgia beats Georgia Tech in kind of a weird game. Georgia just basically did what they had to do to win the game. Ole Miss gets over Mississippi State and punches their ticket into the playoff. Lane Kiffin drama all week long. I
All
was
week.
literally got to a point where if I hear Lane Kiffin's name one more time, I'm going to, I guess, change the channel because you couldn't get away from Lane Kiffin
No,
last
you
week.
couldn't.
Oklahoma beats LSU, and the only way Oklahoma can win football games, which is turnovers, mass chaos, and they
Yep.
squeak out a 4-point win over LSU. Really entertaining game to watch. Vanderbilt ends up coming out in the second half and drilling Tennessee, and Vanderbilt, golly, it's just I'd kind of like to see Vanderbilt in the playoff.
Yeah.
And our boy Shane Beamer goes down to Clemson 28-14. Shane Beamer is ready for the season to be over, and
Yeah.
it is. The Alabama Auburn game, the Iron Bowl. All eyes
Yeah,
were on the
boy.
Iron Bowl, Wendy. We came up to watch it with you. What a crazy football game. Alabama wins the game 27-20. And Alabama looked good. Once again, Alabama cannot put teams away, Wendy.
Right. So again, it's the death of the second half. Thank God we scored 17 in the first half. We just don't do it doesn't seem like we do that well in the second half. But let me and when I say all this, I mean the world, there were a lot of teams that needed Alabama to lose against Auburn. A lot. And probably even the college football playoff wouldn't have been that sad had Alabama dropped that game, right? You got Vanderbilt kind of sitting there on the cusp. You got Miami, you've got Notre Dame, and then here comes Alabama. Ballsy play call for that touchdown in a tied ball game. And,
Whoa.
turnover at the end of the game. Alabama gets the dub. We get out of Jordan Hare alive and well, right? So I think the main thing for me goes back to defense. You're playing lights out, man. Y'all are keeping us in these ball games. Auburn's defense came at us like a hammer every single solitary down, Trey. And what did I say? They have nothing to lose. They're going to come at you every single play, and they did. I got to give a lot of credit to Auburn. I think they played really, really well. I did. I do. But I still think what I said in the show was the quarterback had one full game, and that was against Vanderbilt, and he'd not seen anything quite like Alabama and the pressure of that game. And it kind of showed with the quarterback, in my opinion. But the bottom line is, Trey, we got out of there, and now it feels like it's been 2 weeks, so I'm not nearly as fired up about how we still, I don't know offensively if we're clicking the way we need to be. Big news, though, Jam Miller did get hurt. I don't know if he's out for the season, but I don't think he's playing, today. We've still got Hill, we've still got Deere, we've still got some guys that can kind of take over that running game. But listen, all in all, Trey, we got to win, and that's really all we care about.
Well, so
we got our spot.
But back to the Alabama-Auburn game, Wendy, what about the old kicker, Talty? What'd you think about him jogging out for the 45-yarder and bangs it right down the middle? They said it was into some wind, Wendy. What's up? What's up? Bashing our kicker. He's our kicker. Everybody bashes him, not everybody, because I was trying to support the guy last week. He goes out and he bangs it through. What do you think about that?
I think congratulations, Talty, for getting one. Now I just need him to do it. Okay, two. But Trey, here's the thing with the kid. He's not consistent. Hopefully he goes out today and he can kick it. You're not going to get me to turn back to liking Talty. I don't like him. And I'll be glad when he's gone. But I'm just saying, I appreciate the two that he got. You can love Talty enough for both of us.
All right, and that's what I'll have to do. Talty, wait to jog out there and get over some of your struggles and bang those. I mean, just that to me is sport. You fail, and then you come back on the other side. He is in the most pressure cooker of college football. Wendy, there's a lot more things important, but of college football, and the kid goes out there on the road and bangs 2 field goals. Good job, Talty. The most frustrated I got with Alabama was, we're up 17-0. We have the ball with 4 minutes to go in the first half, and all we need to do is really, realistically, if we can run the clock out, maybe get another field goal, we're looking at really turning this game. We give the ball back to them on 3 downs. I think we ran a triple reverse again.
Yep.
We give the ball back. They come down and score a field goal and gave them some momentum going into the half. And that's what I'm telling you about Alabama, not putting people out of their misery. Alabama does not have the killer instinct. Alabama played a great football game. I know it's a physical football game. Wendy, I agree with you. Auburn did play good. Auburn's got good football players.
Yes, they did.
Anybody that watches football knows Auburn's got good football players. I don't think they had the coach in there to put all the football players together. And I would love to know why Auburn's quarterback played so good in the second half and didn't play as good in the first half. I don't. Something clicked with him with that. But the most frustrated I got with all the positives that Alabama does, I literally was about to go jump in the lake.
Yeah.
Was coming into after the fourth, going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We're come out at the end of the fourth quarter from a 6-minute timeout.
Yes.
Third and 11, and we're up there calling a timeout because we're trying to change the play at the line of scrimmage with 1 second. What are we? I can't believe this is where we're at, but this is how we play football. We're trying to get Ty Simpson in the perfect play every play. And I want you to take something and we'll get to this week's game, Wendy, because this kind of leads to this week's game. If you hear Ty Simpson talk after the game, listen to him talk. He's very, very almost like I am right now, trying to get to his words, he knows what he wants to say, but he's just trying to piece it all together. Ty, we love you, man. You're doing great. Relax. Yeah. But if that's how he talks and that's how his mind's going, now we've got him in front of 90,000 people. We got people screaming at him. We got us we're going to get into a play. So this is how Alabama's offense works. We get into a play and we get set. Then the defense has to get set. And then there's about 18 seconds left on the play clock. Then we look over at the sideline. We change everything.
Right.
Then there's 12 seconds left or 10 seconds left. Then we look over to the sideline again. And it's like now you've got Ty Simpson on edge. Wendy, this doesn't happen 5 times a game. This happens every single play.
Yep.
I just don't think they're putting him in the best position because it's frantic. And then there's 1 second. It's like the hike. It's just.
Yeah,
something to calm his tail down when Alabama wins the game.
Well, let me just, and I know, but let me follow this up. We're also running a lot of time off the clock doing that. Okay, guys. Yeah. So I want to go back to the Oklahoma game. Called timeouts way too early. Right, kind of got to the grind of the game in the fourth quarter with one timeout. Once again, use timeouts, and we shouldn't have to. But also, we're taking so much time off the clock. So you get to the end of some of these closer games, right? And we just they're like, oh, it was a 10-minute drive. Well, it might have been a 10-minute drive, dude, but it was really just 5 plays because we let this damn clock go down to 0. Now we're giving them the ball back with 4 minutes with a couple of first downs. They've got the ball for the rest of the game. I'm big on time management, especially in a close game. Trey hears me a lot say, well, are we going to have enough time to, like, if they say it's 27-20, you know what I mean? Well, if they score, we're not going to have enough time to get back down there and score. And I don't ever remember that being a huge deal in the Saban era, but it feels like that in every close game we've played in. I understand managing the clock, but when I say managing the clock, I mean with first downs. I don't mean with we get the third down and it's been 8 minutes because we've run you understand what I'm trying to get at. So, all of that combined drives me batty.
Yeah, it looks different on this ball control stuff. And you're exactly right. The way they do it is just a little bit different than, say, a Vanderbilt. Well, Vanderbilt might run it 3 or 4 times, and we're throwing these swing passes and all this other stuff. And next thing you know, there's no time on the clock. Wendy, one of the biggest play calls of the year, and this is what you live for, is Kalen DeBoer on 4th and 2, throws a touchdown to Isaiah Horton. Isaiah Horton, MVP. I think everybody should give them 10% of their NIL to Isaiah Horton.
100%. He won the game. He won the game.
A lot of good players. We ran the football a little bit better in that game, Wendy. Let's see what we can do. All right, last week was over. This week we are into the SEC championship game. The CFP is going crazy. Go ahead, Scooter.
So listen, though, guys. Funny enough, should have been Alabama, Texas A&M. I think that's what everybody was calling for. But with that big old Texas A&M loss, it's back to where everything in the world has tilted back on its axis, which is the Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide being the number 2 teams at 1 and 2. Us 1, by the way, guys. We are number 1 in the SEC. We will be the home team. We are number 1. We did it. Regular season SEC champs, the University of Alabama Crimson Tide. And this is exactly what it's supposed to be. Georgia, Alabama, knocking heads. Let's go. Now you can go.
Well, no, you bring up a good point. I mean, that's the deal with this game. We obviously beat them earlier in Athens. I mean, this is a game probably there's some people that really don't want to see it. I think Georgia does want to see it. I think this is a big game for Kirby Smart to get the monkey off his back. I don't know that it affects the CFP that much. There might be some seeding issues with it. And this is the thing with these games, Wendy. Do they matter or do they not matter? And it's almost like if you want them to matter, they're going to matter. And if you don't think that really matters, then they don't. It's weird because
here's what's weird.
Either they shouldn't matter or they don't matter.
That's right.
Which one is it? I don't know.
So here, we got a problem here. You and I sitting here right now, we're in the college football playoff. We're Oklahoma, we're Ole Miss, we're Oregon, we're in. If we can literally sit here and be in. You're telling me that we're about to go play a game against a really good Georgia team that we've already beat at their house at a night game. And it's hard to beat any team twice in 1 year, Trey. I mean, everybody's got film on everybody now. We don't have any kind of hidden anything going on. And you're going to tell us as Alabama fans that if I just stayed home this weekend, I was in. So it can't matter. We're going to go play, and I hope we win the SEC because that's so important to fans like me and you. But this generation coming up, it's sad to think that maybe these playoff games or these championship games won't matter because they matter a lot to me. I want to be an SEC champion. I love saying, well, I won the SEC last year. I'm the best in the SEC. Hardest conference in the world to play in. Let's go. So does it matter? I'm with you. If it doesn't matter, then the seeding, all of the playoff stuff should come out before the championship games and it be set, which means the championship games don't matter. But I have to believe when we jumped Notre Dame and now we're sitting at 9, they've protected us with either a win or a loss. I think the only big question mark is if we were to get absolutely blown out by Georgia. Blown out. And I don't know what you would consider a blowout. Is that 3 touchdowns? Is that, I don't know what somebody would consider a blowout.
Well, exactly right. Because what you do is you go on the and turn and you say BYU and Texas Tech. Well, everybody talks about, well, if BYU beats Texas Tech, then
Right.
BYU's in. Well, BYU's sitting here at 11-1.
Right.
Well, if BYU wins, or and you might have to help me here. If they win, are they automatically in
Yeah, they'll get
because they
in.
won their conference?
Yeah. So it's looking like
They get the
they get
spot
in.
because of their conference. Okay, so
But
if
but so
BYU
does Texas Tech. Texas Tech isn't going to drop from number 4 or 5 all the way out. But who that really affects was the number 10 team. And we are no longer the number 10 team, but Notre Dame is. The stinky old Notre Damers. So really, if BYU wins, Notre Dame would be out.
yeah,
If
and
we
hopefully
were still at 10, it could have been a problem. They have moved us to 9, I think, to shield the loser of the SEC game from being kicked out,
yeah,
unless, again, it's a blowout.
yeah, and
Because they
that's
want Notre Dame in there because they're all a bunch of Notre Dame homers. I don't know what Notre Dame's got on all these people.
yeah, what's so funny is we've talked about Notre Dame in this for like 50 years.
Yeah,
Like, and I hear people barking all the time on the radio. It's like I remember talking about this when I was 10 years old. I mean, nothing has changed. Nothing is
nothing has
going to
changed.
change. I
Nope.
think it would be funny for Notre Dame to get left out because they did
Yep.
lose 2 football games at the beginning of the year. You can't erase that.
Right.
Let's talk about the Alabama Georgia game, Wendy. We've got the whole
Yep.
Tex crew. We've got everybody rocking and rolling in
Yep.
Atlanta. We've been to this
Yep.
game several times, Wendy. Break down the game of the Alabama Crimson Tide versus the Georgia Bulldogs. Who wins it? Why? And what do you look to be seeing about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight?
I'm going to take my Homer hat off real quick, just for a second. Georgia beating them 2 years in a row is going to, or 2 times in a year is going to be difficult. It's not going to, it's not, we might be their bugaboo, but when we've got to play them a second time, I just feel like Alabama might be at the disadvantage, right? They've got a literal whole tape on us. I feel like for us, meaning us Alabama players, they could be feeling a lot of the pressure, right? Well, because the scenario all week's been, well, if they lose, are they still going to get in? Blah blah blah, right? That there's all that on them. Here's the thing, Trey. We match up well with Georgia, like we always have. We got a good, we kind of run the same stuff. The players kind of look the same. I would say our offense, quarterback to quarterback, but right now I think Stockton's got a little bit of a head on him because I just don't think that Ty Simpson's been playing his best really since Missouri, but at least the last 2 or 3 games. Do I think we can go in there and win this ball game? Yes. Is that what my expectation is? Yes. It's the only thing I've asked for on my birthday, and if I don't get it, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be depressed for 3 or 4 days for sure. I'm taken to the bed for sure. But I think matchup for matchup, we can do this. Also, we don't lose a lot in Atlanta, y'all. We just, for whatever reason, we don't go down a lot in Atlanta. I always call it our second home field. So, Trey, I'm looking for a tough game, but I'm also looking for a game where Georgia, they're in no matter what, Trey. So does Kirby Smart risk all of his players, good players for an entire 4-quarter game? Like, is there going to be some coach mastermind on the back end that we don't see where it's like, hold on, I'm in anyway? And if let's look at Carson Beck getting hurt last year, the SEC championship game. Am I willing to risk for 4 quarters some of my main guys that can get me to a championship? I don't know. How bad does Kirby Smart want the bye? I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that's the other point to it. That's what I get to. Does the games matter? Do they don't? So if Georgia wins the game, they get the first round bye and they're moving on. But if Alabama wins the game, they get the bye and they're moving on. So it does. So it's not like the game shouldn't matter at all. Well, if it matters, right, it might affect the seeding. Well, it's a big deal if you get a bye or if you get a home game. I mean, so
right.
Where's the line of the game matters and the game doesn't matter? Very confusing to me. I can't get it all right in my head. Wendy, let me tell you something about the Alabama Crimson Tide. Chicks dig the long ball.
Yeah, they do.
Chicks dig the long ball, baby.
So that's what we need to do. But
it's a golf phrase, Wendy, that chicks dig the long ball, and that's what Alabama brings back to the Dome today is the long ball.
Okay.
Ty Simpson misses one last week against Auburn. I'm pretty sure we did not throw another pass over 10 yards.
No,
Now, that's probably an exaggeration.
maybe 20, but definitely not over 25.
I don't understand it. We will run the most complex play for a 2 yard gain that I've ever seen in my life. But
Yep.
we're going to pump them deep. I think Georgia plays a little bit more conventional type defenses and
Yes.
defenses that Ty Simpson can understand a little bit better. I don't know the technical part of this stuff, but I don't think it's as chaotic,
Right.
exotic as people like to say, as the Oklahomas, the Auburns. And I don't have any proof to back that up. I just know
Right.
Georgia probably shows him some stuff that he's used to seeing before.
Right.
I think Alabama
Right.
gets back on the deep ball. I like Alabama's coaching staff. I think Alabama's coaching staff, we have tape on them as well. I
Right.
think the one thing about Georgia that's a little bit different is Georgia is a hard-nosed football team. Whatever you do, you're not going to trick these guys to win a football game. You are going
Right.
to have to beat them for 4 quarters, Winnie. And I look for Alabama to come out and play pretty good. I don't know why we wouldn't.
Right.
And I really don't know how Georgia would just absolutely throttle Alabama. If Georgia throttles Alabama, the only way I see that happening is if Alabama's like, we don't want to be here.
Right.
And if they
Which
don't
is
want to be
not
there, now listen, if they don't want to be there and they get hit a couple times, which is not what Alabama does, we're tougher than that. That's a different story. But I look for Alabama to get the deep ball going a little bit. We're going to control the clock a little bit. And I think Alabama has a really good chance to win. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm going to stick with this like I did all year long. You can throw your hands in the air if you want to.
28.
If Alabama can get to 28 points quicker than Georgia can get to 28 points, I think we have a chance to win this game. Wendy, we got to wrap this thing up. Rock and roll.
Okay, well, so back to when you said who has more on the line? Does anybody really care? Let me tell you why Alabama cares. As it sits right now, I'm playing Oklahoma in a playoff game. I don't want Oklahoma.
At
Oklahoma's
Oklahoma.
my buggy boo. I want to win. I don't even know if I want to buy. This will be a conversation for after the game. I'm not sure I want to buy and take 3 weeks off from playing football. I'm not so sure that I do, but it would be magical to get a home game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. So for me, as an Alabama fan, I want to win. I don't think they'd move us to fourth if we did because of our 2 losses, but we might get that 5, 6, 7, which would give us a home game.
Give it a home game, yeah.
Give us a home game. So I think we have more to lose. I think shutting down the commentary of, Alabama this, Alabama that. Listen, winning a game is winning a game, whether it's by 1 point or 100 points. I'm still winning these games. I'm tired of being judged by, their defense. Well, when y'all talk about Oklahoma's defense, y'all don't say anything about their offense struggling. So why is it some teams' defenses can win them games? No big deal. But if mine's doing it, it's a big deal. So at the end of the day, all I want to see is no players really getting hurt. None of my good players getting hurt. I'd like to see Williams go up and light up the sky, which he tends to do against Georgia, right? He tends to kind of show out in these Georgia games and really just see a better offensive front and offense play really well and stick to what we have seen them do earlier in the season after that Florida State game. So listen, at the end of the day, that's what I want to see.
What's the score, Wendy?
Last week I said 28-21 and it ended up being 27-20. Trey, I'm going to go at, I know, and I hate your number 28, but I still feel like it's going to be that 21-21. 27-21. I don't see it being a high-scoring ball game. I really don't.
Let's get one thing getting. We're going to get out of here. Hey, everybody out there. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to watch some good football games this afternoon. Football players play football games.
Yep.
I don't care where you're at. This is a football game. Put your helmet on. Go out there and play as hard as you can play, and let's see what happens, Wendy. Chicks dig the long ball, and that's all I want to see. I want to see bombs over Baghdad today.
Yep.
All right. See what happens. Indiana, Ohio State play later tonight. Great game for a late night game. Congratulations, college football. You've at least done something right this year. Indiana, Ohio State plays really late. That'll be a good
nighttime game
after our game. Wendy, I love you. Got anything else?
Yeah, I will say this. I do feel like for Alabama fans, though, to stave off a worst-case scenario, probably need to pull for Texas Tech. That's the 11 o'clock game, Central, 12 Eastern. I think we need to just kind of put BYU out of the conversation just in case we don't win tonight. or this afternoon. So pay a little attention to that, and maybe cheer for a little bit for Texas Tech. But listen, I love you. I hope you have a great day. I hope you get your tree up, or no, I hope you get your decorations up. I know you got your tree up.
Yeah, it's where this stuff comes from, I'll never know. Wendy, happy birthday. I love you. Mommy B, if you're listening, get better. Everybody out there, take care of yourself and roll tide, roll.
Roll tide. Let's go, Bama. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.